All right, hello everybody. We're back for what were these called again? Oh yeah, detailing journals. It's been a while, and it is indeed the 3rd of March. We just began, indeed, for March Madness. For those who care, I guess. I mean, March Madness has always been like a phrase to me more than anything. It's like, oh, it's March Madness. I don't know. I know it's like relating to more of basketball and the college or whatever, college basketball. NCAA, is that right? Anyway, that's the association. Anyway, so random thoughts running through my head as I um, point at the clock right here. So make sure so you guys know, like, how things have been, when, and all that fun stuff. Well, I grab a little water bottle right here. We can skedaddle over here. Not out of the video just yet. We just started. There is one thing I do want to share right away when it comes to new stuff. It's quite a bit to go through because, again, it's been a while, so this is going to be a kind of a long one. So these videos are supposed to be kind of like for me to like just get stuff out of my chest when it comes to stuff relating to car detailing and other interests in a way, but more emphasis on the car detailing, obviously, right, with all this stuff. But I got this not too long ago. It's a Hollyland microphone setup of sorts, and you can actually see right here what it kind of comes with. So what this is basically a wireless lavalier microphone setup. This is I think this is the latest model in their lineup here. I've had actually like more than a couple at this point. Actually, in fact, I can even like show you my other one that is in the garage. The other one, so I have 3 overall, is actually in my room because I am going to plan to use that more for more of my other types of content. So we'll put that right there for a second. And then, so basically what's going on over here, or what's kind of like a standout to me that actually bought this, was basically how this mic is set up here. The mic itself is designed. So basically what you're looking at is obviously the actual microphone of itself, and you would think, oh, this is the microphone or receiver. But no, this is where the actual mic is. And I don't know if that can focus, but I guess right here. So I can't take you guys too close, but yeah. Maybe if I do one of these or something. Okay, anyway, I was trying to get it focused, but anyway. You get the point, kind of. This is the mic right here, and then mic and sort of receiver setup. What's cool about the Hollyland lineup, at least thus far anyway, is they tend to have these cases, right? And these cases help charge up the battery, or the batteries in these units. And they're all like magnetic, so they can like snap into it. It's really cool, actually. Really cool. It comes with a number of things. So obviously you get 2 mics. So you and your friend, or the interviewer and the host and interviewee, or whatever, your guest, can get set up. And then this right here is the receiver for that you put on the shoe of your DSLRs or cameras or whatever, wherever you can clip it or whatever you want to mount it on. That's why you plug in the the audio cable and stuff like that, and into the mic or the microphone. No, microphone receiver of the camera. Excuse me, words hard. So what's also kind of cool is that it has a receiver right here, which actually I'm using right now for the DJI camera I'm holding in my hand, the Pocket 3 or whatever. Yeah, and then this case right here is actually charging it up too, so it's pretty cool. This is kind of what it looks like. Here's the charging port right there, so you can charge the case whenever it's low on battery or whatever. And then, but the case itself is going to charge up your units. The 3 of the 4 units right here. So the 2 mics and then the receiver for the camera. Right here, like I was mentioning, this is the receiver for your like smartphones and the DJI and stuff like that that can use the USB bypass, or what you want to call it. So pretty nifty setup right here. And then I just put it into my detailing car like that, and then whenever I make my detailing videos, I'm like more ready, right? More than ready to get it all set up. So it's a Hollyland. I don't know I forget the exact model number and everything. I'll like put on the screen and leave the link to the page below. It will be the Amazon page for it. Affiliate link and all that stuff. So anyway, pretty nice portable setup right here. And then it comes with a bag right here, and then in the bag has like more parts to it, including like the windscreen thing, which looks like this. Pretty nifty. And then a couple of cables and stuff like that. Here's the audio cable for it that you can plug into your camera. It comes with a little baggie right here. The charging cable, I believe, right here, what it looks like, still in the bag as well. Because I mean, I have like so many USB-C cables that I'm just using those to charge up whatever nowadays. I love USB-Cs. It's really, really nice in comparison to the micro USB. Those can go. They have to, right? I'm glad they're like being phased out. Anyway, so this is an older model. This is the first one I got, and this is solely for man, that yellow is something, right? This is solely for like your smartphone, and specifically here, it is for the iPhone, which I have. Kind of tell by the lightning port right there. And same exact thing, same concept. Except that these mics are a little larger, just by a bit. Right, this is what the microphones look like. They have their own little clip, so that's nice. And that's blinking red, that's interesting. Or it's red. I've never seen that before. It has the same like magnetic case. Here's the magnetic like sort of footing right here. You can kind of hear like snap in, kind of like that. Pretty cool. Yeah, and again is the receiver, right? I already showed you guys the other mic right here. So Hollyland is actually pretty good if you want like a more budget alternative to like the DJIs and like the other microphone brands, especially when it comes to lavalier setups and wireless ones at that. So you kind of see right here. It's hard to hold it with 2 hands. You can kind of see the difference right here. I actually like the casing on this one in a couple of ways. I don't like the yellow on it, but I like how like sleek it is, how slimmer it is, but that's also because, of course, it is housing a couple more things, which is, of course, the receiver right here for the cameras, actual cameras. But I love, let me take this out again. I love this mic setup because normally, my second one I got, which is in the house, in my room, comes with like magnetic parts, and you can like snap the magnetic parts to clip onto your shirt or jacket or whatever, which is cool in some applications, but in other applications where you're a little more active, you know, there's a possibility of dropping them, you lose more parts, you're missing, and you get lost, you know, they're lost or whatever, and you lose them. That sucks, right? Always not a great feeling. Oh, actually, when I do that, might be receiving double, huh? So if you get double audio, sorry about that, because yeah, as soon as you pull out these mics, they become hot, right, or active. So sorry about that if you guys were getting like double audio at some points. Anyways, that's how it works pretty much. What I like about them, I was about to say though, before I caught myself with the double audio thing possibly, is that this part right here is like a I want to say bendable, but you can like kind of sort of bend it to clip onto your shirt. It's like a clip basically. Think of it like a clip, an actual clip. You kind of bend it and then it'll like hold on to your shirt or whatever. And I like that because it's less parts to worry about. You can just put it on the shirt and, you know, go, right? It's one of those situations where like, you know, if you want to record something real fast, possibly, that's kind of like the idea of it, right? Anyway, whereas the magnetic style, that's more for like a controlled environment, like you're gonna sit down and interview somebody or something, or you're like in the kitchen doing cooking videos or something, stuff like that. Whereas if you're outdoors, you're more active, or if you're like at a convention interviewing people, then I would prefer something like this because it's less parts to worry about. You can just like put it on and then you have less parts to worry about, like I'm saying. Especially if you're like having to go and like, you know, hey, remind the guest like, hey, my stuff or whatever, and they like drop your stuff, like, oh no, or whatever, stuff like that. So this is also kind of falling to this sort of style too. Like you can use it for more active applications, but I like this better because of, you know, it's more discreet, it's smaller. The logo is hidden more likely in your shirt or whatever, because, you know, this logo is really bright. I feel like they should really tone it down a bit. Like I get, hey, like we get it, it's your brand, like, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. I guess if you want to see what the receiver looks like, I'll take it out for a second here. And that's what it looks like right there. You see it blinking. All right. And then, you know, the charging case thing is really cool too, like I've been saying. So yeah, nice little portable setup right there. Is there anything more else to say? I've used it a couple of times now in a couple of videos, the detailing stuff. So I know one of them was like muffled sounding because it was actually like really in my jacket. So that's why I had that super muffled sound, but you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. It's like, would you rather have a muffled audio or audio with like wind and stuff like hitting the mic and all that in between? And maybe then I should have put on the windscreen thing, but whatever. But these Hollyland mics are really cool because they're more on the budget side. And speaking of which, this is like around 80 bucks or something, I forget. This was 149 at the very most, but this is like the highest tier setup or whatever. You can like kind of pick options to lower the price or whatever, but for the most part, they are going to be either 140 or 150, depending on where you get it from. I paid mine for about 140-ish, so it's pretty cool in comparison to other setups where they're like 300 or 200 easily. And this performs, I think, pretty similarly for the most part, especially if you're like a more prosumer. If you're like professional, obviously you probably want something a little better. But as a prosumer, I would get these ones, especially if it's just like for detailing videos or something like that, like I'm doing basically. If you kind of like want to make your videos a little more bougie, then yeah, something like this would suffice. Pretty nice. Other things. Let me take that out for a second. All right. So I got these gloves. I've seen some people use them online or on the detailing side of things. I wore them a little bit. I haven't actually used them just yet. So in case like I don't want to feel like using like the disposable gloves, I probably would like to use these just because they're not disposable, so you're not like wasting gloves away, kind of in a way. The what do you call? They have a pretty nice feeling. They don't feel too bulky on your hands, and you're like kind of dexterous, right? So you can like handle things or do the more precise stuff a little more. But when it comes to like really, really small things, like when you're trying to like, use some small parts or whatever, probably definitely not these. But if you're like washing a car, then yeah, definitely suffice. So that's that for the most obvious stuff. What I also got here in the drawer is the Griot's metering tips for mixing and stuff for the foam cannons. This is normally for the Boss foam cannon. Can't really take you guys close, but hope you guys can see that. Yeah, so what these are supposed to be, for those who don't know, is basically, you know how like when you use a foam cannon, you have to like mix your liquids and stuff like that. It makes it so that it cuts out that part of the process, and basically you can skip right into using directly like something like this. So instead of me doing the 1 to 10 or whatever ratio mix, all that stuff, I can just screw this on directly with the metering tip, put the metering tip into the tube, right, of the foam cannon. And then what we'll do, it will actually mix the water with this as you spray. So that's kind of cool, right? And then when you're done, you just put this back on and then boom, right? And ideally, it should use a little less product. So it's like, it kind of saves time, So it's kind of cool. The idea is pretty cool. But you do lose out on a few things, right? So let's say like you have a quick connect kind of setup, right? These aren't exactly a quick connect esque. So that's why you have to just screw it on. But it is what it is. If you want to like, if you don't want to worry about doing all the math and stuff like that, this will, I believe, mix 1 to 10. This is a 10 to 1 ratio metering tip, which is like for most foam applications anyway. The only caveat to it is that you don't want to use it for more viscous liquids or thicker liquids like Incredible Suds right here. Unless you mix this maybe like 1 to 1 or something, at least make it a little thinner, then it would work better. But thicker liquids will not fare well with it, I don't think anyway. But for something like this, it should be fine. Another good one would be Carpro Reset, right? Stuff like that, so on and so forth. So I can't wait to use this whenever I do my hybrid wash. Right, so that is pretty much that on this side of things anyway, almost. I did get the glass towels from what do you call, House of Rags. I forgot they were called, but these are pretty cool so far. I've used them. I've used not this exact one, but I have one. I have one sitting in my car for like those quick little wipe ups and stuff like that, and they actually work pretty good because it actually has like a stiffer feel to it. So whenever you like move it around, it doesn't like crinkle up and like make things harder for you to wipe down. So these are like really good for glass applications. So you have the twist loop side, right, which is pretty cool. And then you have the more what do you call it? Like the short nap side or suede side or whatever you want to call it. This is for the dry, like final wipe thing. This is the initial wipe. You put your product on here, like glass cleaner, put it on here, and then wipe down, right? You could probably also use this for interior stuff, but it's more for glass. So I do like it so far. Pretty cool towel. Probably, I don't know, to me it's the best feeling glass towel right now. There probably are more similar stuff out there, but I really like the stiff feel to it. so it'll like keep its shape as you wipe down the glass, because glass can be a pain in the butt when you have like a more conventional towel, right? Your normal towel like this. This will absolutely like crinkle up when you like move it around, whereas this can keep its shape really well. So pretty cool, little towel right here. They come in a pack of 3. I forgot how much they cost, but yeah, I'm not sponsored by anyone by any chance. By the way, for those who are curious, I just like to talk about this stuff, and I buy all the stuff myself. I only have like affiliate links for Amazon. That's like the typical stuff. So that's like the farthest I got, along with other people. Anyway, that's pretty much it. On that, the glass towel. This is my other glass towel I was using for my car. This is from the Harbor Freight one. Similar color, funny enough, but I mean, similar idea too, because this side it's a little more of that, that loop thing. This side has that diamond weave, short nap side to it. But overall, it just works okay, but they are pretty cheap, so that's that. These are like for like extra stuff, like, you kind of want to, in case you want to like, do like a quick wipe down, but you don't want to like bust out this for whatever reason. This could do the job, perhaps. But that's pretty much that. These lights are not exactly new, but I wanted to basically just give a little update. These have been working pretty well for what they are. They're like $40 for 2. My other one is hanging off right there on the bottom with a magnetic hook. But yeah, these are magnetic, so that's why they can like stick right here. Kind of. Not the strongest magnets, but they work well enough. Oh, actually, that worked pretty well. But anyway, pretty nice. They are actually pretty bright. I've used them a couple of times during like the winter side of things, but as time goes on, we're heading more towards spring now, so the daylight will be longer and longer, which I'm all for. And these are going to be a little less useful, but they are going to be useful still, regardless, because they're lights, right? How can you not have use for them when you're detailing? Let's get this one out of the way. This is what I got for my pump sprayer applications, which is another tire inflator, but it's not just your typical tire inflator. Although on the surface it looks very basic, but this is the Xiaomi some. But basically it's a tire inflator. What this does, though, the special kick to it, is that this actually has a secret sort of mode, quote unquote. Everyone should know this by now, or at least the detailers should know by now who use a lot of pump sprayers. There's a special mode that you kind of have to do some finagling, which is basically like you just hold the left side and then hit the right side of this button right here or whatever, and then a special little icon will appear or something, and basically that'll be an auto PSI mode, which basically means it will keep pumping to that specific PSI, meaning I don't have to turn the damn thing on anymore. Like, I gotta like pump and then it'll stop and then turn the damn thing on again as I spray, right? It'll auto activate as I spray once it drops down to like 5 psi below the desired pressure. So it's pretty cool. I've seen it work in two videos now, which is Cars with Keeve and then Will's Ride Care. Very, very cool. I really like that idea, right? Because now I don't have to really worry about spraying or pumping and spraying, right? I can just spray, not really pray in a sense. So pretty cool. Thank you, Keeve and Will, for showing us that little trick. Although yes, Keeve did show it first. Well, he brought it to the limelight. Somebody else actually brought it up in a short, long time ago. But that was a very like one-off kind of video for that content creator. Like, it's not a really active content creator, but it's strange to me, but it's fascinating. But nonetheless, that was where it happened first, I believe. That was the earliest instance. But yeah, I haven't used it just yet, but I can't wait to use it. So I will get these IK sprayers up and going again for that hybrid wash for next time. And I will look forward to that working in my application. So that's what I got. It is $40 for those who are curious. I will leave that in the description as well for the link and all that fun stuff. Let's go over here. I forget if I got anything else new, per se. What was it? Oh yeah. I do have other stuff to talk about. So I did get this Iconic sponge. This was bundled with the Iconic rinses wash that I did most recently. It is still a little wet, surprisingly. That's fine. I'll just leave it up here like that to dry. That's fine. Actually, now that I'm here, I can kind of compare the stiffness or whatever, the feel, to something like this. Yeah, this is way softer. The Nemesis sponge, right? The Nemesis sponge is softer. This is a little stiffer, right? I could be crazy. I don't know. And then where's the Ultra Black sponge? Well, we do have the DIY sponge. Actually, the DIY sponge and the Iconic sponge feel very similar, if not the same. Right, you have the Ultra Soft sponge right here. Oops. Ultra Soft sponge right here. Obviously, well, actually, hold up. Here's this. Here's this. Oh, wow. Actually, these aren't too far off. This is a slightly softer, I think. To me, anyway. Where's the Ultra Black sponge? There you are. Interesting. If I were to compare this to this, yeah, this is definitely softer, just I'm not crazy. When it comes to this versus this, yeah, I say just about the same. Although granted, I have used this a little more, so there's more broken in. This is a brand new sponge essentially. I've only used this once. But I would say very similar with the Ultra Black sponge and the DIY sponge and all that fun stuff. Nemesis and Ultra Soft sponge are very similar with each other, I say. Yeah, obviously if you go like this, it's definitely a entirely different thing. So I go like this, since this is what's touching the car. So, pretty, look at how many sponges I got. I got 4 right here, and then 2 right here, or yeah, 2 more right here. So I got 6 sponges altogether. That's crazy. That is crazy. And then I have 2 of these tire or wheel brushes right here, wheelbarrow brushes. This is from Suds Lab. It's actually pretty nice. This is definitely more for like SUVs and bigger wheels. So it's actually pretty nice, especially with the microfiber thing. I do like it personally. And then this is my most recent one I bought, the barrel blade, and this is the light version. So this cost me 20 bucks ish. I did get this from House of Rags. And basically, this is a flatter version of that, basically. I like these microfiber ones more because they don't like sling the product back in my face. I do I will pull out the stiff brush. Where is it right now? Might be somewhere else. I know it's somewhere around, but that's weird. I actually don't know where it went. That is strange. Well, anyway, it might be buried under here, actually. No, actually not. I guess not. We may have to do some looking in later, but yeah, that is basically it on that part. Nothing else new over here. I've been liking the reel, all that fun stuff. Man, where is that barrel brush or whatever? It might be buried somewhere under here. I gotta clean that up a little bit someday. But it's strange though. I don't know where it actually went though. But anyway, it's around. But wait, actually, I'm stupid. The answer is right here. Haha, it's in front of my face. I'm just dumb. Anyway, yeah, this is what it looks like. It does have some wear and tear to it a little bit. I've used this quite a bit. It's pretty good. It's from Max Shine. It's like a little short bristle brush for the barrel. It works pretty well, but it does sling a lot of product back, like a number of people have been complaining about. But you know, it definitely gets the job done for sure. All right, what you're looking at here now is my latest addition to the sprayer sort of arsenal, you could say. And this is basically a backpack sprayer that you use for like irrigation purposes, or like if you want to use like some sort of fertilizer product, I think, or bug, weed, or whatever killer thing. This is the guy right here. And what this does is run off of a battery and a motor, and you can actually have an adjustment right here with the PSI. I have it crank. I would crank it up all the way to 100 PSI. That's the max PSI right there. But you can adjust it, so it's actually really versatile in that sense. You can charge it right there. It comes with a little flip door, and you can plug your little outlet or a little charger right there. And there's the charger right there, nice and beefy, so it'll charge it up quite nicely. Toggle switch right there, rocker switch, whatever. To actually turn it on, and this actually also there's two switches basically. So you turn on this first, and then you turn on that. You feel a little click, and then it does come with a little cheapish sprayer right here, but it's fine. It works okay. It comes with a number of spray nozzles, although I have to look for them because I have to either change this out or do a little sum here because this part leaks. So this is pretty cool, but it does leak a little bit, so I have to fix that up. But this holds 4 gallons, which is plenty for car washing. But this is really great for like apartment dwellers, because you know a lot of times you don't have running water. This will do everything. Like it'll like rinse off. You can put rinse wash in here and then do your contact wash and everything. Especially if you want to do a quick rinse wash, this is definitely something for you because it helps push off all that loose grit, which is mostly where a lot of the scratching happens if you just go willy-nilly. Especially when you have plenty of liquid to work with, then you can just go at it, right, to make sure everything is off before you do the contact wash. But yeah, I've used it once so far and it worked great. It's not even like that noisy either. It's like a hum versus like a that motor you hear from like the actual pressure washers. This is like a nice little makes a pleasant, tolerable noise. It's not the loudest thing either, so it's pretty cool. Really, really neat. It cost me $80, so it's not the prettiest looking thing, but it does get the job done. So pretty nice. And I think this is the alternative for detail kegs. So I know there's been like a number of videos that have been trying to get away from the pumping the detail keg kind of thing, and I know Outdoor Detailer put out a couple of videos involving with that. There is an airless keg system, which basically uses a motor, battery, and a pump. It's a water pump thing and a little backpack that it comes with. And then, you know, it'll spray without having to pump up the spray in advance, or the keg. But this is basically that. This is basically all in one. Like, you got the container. This is think of this as the keg, and the red part is the motor and battery, and of course you got the sprayer right here, which is, that's all you need really. I will have to correctly set up the backpack straps later, but for now I just use this handle, and it's pretty nice. Actually, pretty nice. Thus far, it does really spray. Sprays stronger than your keg sprayer because you can only pump it up to what, about 100-ish anyway. And it definitely depends on what kind of nozzle you're using, all that fun stuff. But this will definitely spray at a constant 100 psi because you don't have to pump it. Whereas normally a detail keg, you do pump it. But then, you know, yes, the airless keg is supposed to take that out of the equation, but the airless keg system is very expensive. It's like, what, $300 for that thing? And this is $80 bucks. Outdoor Detailer did come out with another video to set up for yourself. Like, you can do like a DIY thing. Honestly, that could be the way to go though in the long run, because you can replace a lot of the parts for it, whereas this is a little more, it has some self-proprietary things to it. I want to see if I can change out this hose. The hose it's just okay. It's kind of like the IK sprayer hoses. It's kind of just there. It's pretty stiff, not the most flexible thing, and I don't know how long that will last. But this is that backpack sprayer, so you just pick it up and whatever. So this is not going to really be dragging on the ground too much in a way. Whereas my other one, you know, the NBA Flip, that's been getting beat up a little more as time goes on. So that's why I'm like very, very skeptical about that hose, like I've been saying in my videos about it. So if anything, yes, if you were to pick a sprayer, I should go with this. It's 80 bucks. You just spend the 80 bucks and you'll pretty much don't have to worry about it. You know, you can use, you know, like in rinseless washing, it's very versatile because you can use any sprayer you want. You can even use this one. This is a hand pump sprayer. I've used this in the past. Although, funny enough, it's not the first one. My first one's like way more to the left. It's like hidden. This is pretty much probably going to be more my go-to because, you know, detail keg, you got to do 2 steps. This is like 1 pretty much. Oh yeah, and it does come with a little filter thing right here, although I don't have any use for it because there's another filter in there anyway, 1. And 2, I'm not going to put anything dirty in there, so that's that. But I guess it's nice. You know, detail keg is kind of like the fancy bougie thing. You know, it's cool. Got the 7-Up thing. For some kegs, I just happen to get 7-Up because that's what it came with. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do another video, right? Is the backpack sprayer the better alternative, right? It'll probably be like a very similar video to my other comparison video that I did a while back. I don't know. I'll probably do it again. I don't know. Who knows? The backpack sprayer has been pretty good. I would go ahead and buy it though because it's 80 bucks. Pumps out 100 psi, which is more than enough for most of your loose grit stuff. If it's like caked on, muddy, like you went off road type of stuff, obviously you want to bust out something bigger for that. But for the most part, pretty cool. If you do this if you do like a bi-weekly or weekly wash, this is definitely the go-to. The battery lasts pretty long too. It's a pretty big battery. It's like a 12-volt lithium-ion battery, and it'll last like a couple, at least several sessions. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, I mean, if there is something to compete with the detail keg, it's this guy right here, backpack sprayers. Especially if you want like $80 one. All right, so that is essentially it on that part. I probably will have another video coming up discussing another hot topic revolving around rinses, washes, and stuff like that, because I do have some things to say and get things off my chest, but that'll be for another video. And this will be it for today's journal. So I think that's all I got. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. The reason why I made this video, other than the fact that I want to, just talk, is basically I was going to do a wash on the Prius, but it's going to rain later this week, so it'll be kind of pointless. Plus, I'm on PTO right now, so I kind of rather do something else. So I have like 3 days of PTO, so that's going to be fun. By the time this video is up, I should be done with my PTO or almost done with my PTO, but we'll see. But that is pretty much it on that part. I forgot to ask. Hope you guys have been doing good. How you guys been? How you guys feeling about the detailing industry right now? Maybe some people have thoughts about the detailing stuff. That's something I would like to talk about in another video. But anyway, any comments about any of the stuff I showed off today? Totally not forgetting the iconic rinse and wash. It's a pretty cool little thing, but it is limited time, so it is what it is. Leave it down below for comments and like and subscribe. Really helps out, and I do appreciate it. So this has been my detailing journal for March 3rd. So we're going right into spring, and you know what that means? That could be a good time for me to do some sort of like reset wash, right? Like the 2 pH whatever wash. I'll probably do that the next time I do that, and I'll do like the quick beads or wet coat, Geon wet coat type of thing. And then for the Prius, I would like to reapply the tire sealant, which I've been using with this, right, Ghost, which really good, works real good. That's all I'm gonna say. It lasted like about, I want to say 3 to 4 months. At the very maximum 4. 3 months is a pretty solid number for it, I would say. More likely 3, at max 4. All right, thank you very much, and that's all I got for realsies. You guys take care, happy detailing, have fun, and most importantly, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Sean out.